Hello everyone, welcome back to GeekDisorder's web series over HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, and jQuery. This is Lavik. I'll be walking you through this series. We just went over how to test in multiple versions of IE. And since we're on the subject of IE, I wanted to go over one more thing specific to IE, and that is something called conditional comments. Conditional comments are IE specific, specifically from IE5 to IE9. In IE10, the conditional comments were removed, so from 10 on, they're no longer in IE. But so what are conditional comments? Well, everyone knows a comment. If you put a comment in, and I have Notepad++ open, and I'm just going to go ahead and save this as a web page, and I'm just going to call this IE.html. And everyone knows a comment looks like this, and oops, this is a comment, and then we close it like that. If I save and I run this, nothing displays, and not even IE. Alright, there we go. Alright, well, a comment is something you can put in when you want to document your web page code that won't be displayed on the web page itself. The browser ignores it. A conditional comment is a comment that is ignored in every web browser except for IE5 to IE9. And what this is this is what a conditional comment looks like. We start off with a regular comment, and I can put the ending right here. So everything inside this comment would be ignored by every browser. Well, a conditional comment, there's a little bit more syntax that goes with it. You open up a bracket, and then it's basically an if statement, and there's a few different things you can do. We can test to see if the browser is IE, and then you close the bracket, alright, and then you put the greater than sign. Okay, and that's the opening. In order to close this, what you do is you start off with a less than sign, exclamation mark, open bracket, and you put end if and close bracket. Alright, and then you can put whatever you want in between. You can think of this right here as the opening tag, and this right here as the ending tag, and inside here you can put whatever you like, and it will be ignored by every non-IE browser. Based off this condition right here, it might be ignored by some IE browsers. It definitely will be ignored by IE10 and up, and IE4 and down. But with IE5 to 9, it's going to be based off this condition. Since this condition right here is if the browser is IE, then whatever's in here will be ran and displayed by the browser. So I could put, I'm just going to format this a little bit, and this is a IE5 to 9 browser. Alright, and I can save this, and I'm going to run this in Firefox. As you can see, nothing is displayed, because as far as it's concerned, this is just a regular comment. If I run this in IE, now remember I have IE10 installed here, and you see nothing is displayed. If I go ahead and open up my developer tools and I switch this to IE9, you notice all of a sudden that it displays the text that's inside this conditional comment, because it tests, is this an IE browser? Yes, it is. So it displays this, and I can change this to 7 or 8, 7, and so on. Alright, and so this is the basic structure of a conditional comment, and this is how you test if it's a IE browser. Remember, it only affects IE 5 to 9. So there are a few others conditional comments I want to show y'all, and so we'll go ahead and open up, and I'm just going to go ahead and put the basic syntax here, and then I'll fill it in. Alright, oops, okay, there we go. Alright, and we're going to go Oh, if I could. There we go. Alright, now we're going to start off with another if. So I'm going to put if. And I can test for specific versions of IE. Like I could test for IE 7. Alright. And in here I can put this is IE 7. And I can save. Once again in Firefox, nothing shows up. But if I launch it, oops, at Chrome, nothing shows up. If I launch in IE, alright, now I've got my developer tools. IE 10, nothing shows up. IE 9, the only condition that shows up is this first one right here, because it is an IE browser. But if you notice this, if IE 7, this content has not shown up. I can switch down to IE 8, nothing. I can switch down to IE 7, and all of a sudden this shows up. And let me go ahead and format this a little bit. I'll put some breaks in here. Save and run this one more time in IE. Alright, and we'll switch down to 7, and there we go. Alright, and as I said before, I can copy this and I can paste it. I can go up here, I can change this to 8. I can save, I can run, I can change this to 8. Whoop. But one thing we gotta do is we gotta make sure the content is correct. There we go, IE 8. Close this and run it one more time. And I'm gonna change to 8. There we go, this is IE 8. If I switch over to 7, this is IE 7. The 8 disappears because that condition is not true. And so I can do that with 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I cannot do that with 4 down or 10 or up in the IE rule. Alright, there is a greater than version of this if, and I'm just going to paste this in, and I'm just going to get rid of all of this. Alright, and up here in my if, the way you do greater than, you can't put the greater than sign because it thinks this is the end of this little opening tag here. So what you do is you put GT, and that's greater than. Alright, and I can do greater than IE 8. And down here I can say this is IE 8 or 9. And I can save. I can launch in IE. Alright. IE 9, if you notice the first condition, this is an IE Explorer. And so I can say this is an IE 5 to 9 browser. The second one 7 and the third one IE 8. Neither one of those are displayed. But if you notice, if I on right here, the if this browser is IE 8 or greater, it is displayed right here. Alright, so that is the greater than. There is also a less than or equal to. There's not just a less than, so you can't do that, but you can do less than or equal to. And so go ahead and remove this. And what that is you can't put the less than sign, but you can do, it's LTE, it's less than or equal to. And so we want to do, let's see, less than or equal to IE 8 again. And I move down here, I can say this is IE 8 or, oh, yeah, 8, 7, 6, or 5. I can save this, run this in IE, and of course in 10 nothing's displayed. IE 9, those are both true. I move down to 8, and all 3 of these are true, and there's our less than. We are in an IE version 8 or less. And move down to 7, and all those are still true. Okay, and there is one more, and it is a not, if this is not an IE browser, and it is set up a little bit differently from all the other conditional comments. we start out the same way. Alright, and I put if. I'm going to put if, and then you put exclamation mark IE. And then we go ahead and close this. This is where it differs. After this opening tag, you go ahead and close the comment. Alright, and down here, I'm going to put this is not a IE 5 to 9 browser. Alright. And right here, we're going to go ahead and close this. And the way we close it is we have to open up our comments again since we closed it after the condition. And I'm going to put end if. Alright. And then, oops, sorry. Before we do end if, since we open the comment and then we do our end if, I forgot the less than and exclamation mark. So we do end if right here. There we go. And then we close our comment once again. So if the browser is not an IE browser that supports conditional comments, which is any browser 4 down or 10 or up, and if it is a browser other than IE, it will display this content. Well, the reason is because it is technically not in a comment, so every browser can see it. What this if does, this conditional comment, is IE 5 to 9 will see this, and it will know between this opening tag of the conditional comment and this closing tag, it will know it needs to not display any of the content in between those two tags. And go ahead and save, and I'm going to run in IE. Alright, and remember I have IE 10 installed, so IE 10 does not support conditional comments, so it automatically runs and displays that content. Now if I change down to 9, as you notice that this content is not displayed. I can go to 8 and 7 and it's not displayed. IE 5 to 9 will completely ignore this content right here between the opening and closing tag of this if not IE conditional comment. Okay, well this has been Lavic with GeekDisorder. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If y'all have any questions, please comment. Feel free to ask. If y'all do like our content, please like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know how we're doing. And we will see y'all next time. Y'all have a great day.